If the destiny throws stone upon you, make sculptures out of it. If you want to witness this phenomenon live, you should visit the coastal city of Mahabalipuram, which is located 60 kilometers away from the capital city of Chennai in the state of Tamil Nadu. The sculptorship in its finest format can be witnessed in this live museum, which will truly mesmerize you and leave you awestruck.
Now we are at Tiger's Cave. It is one of the most amazing structure in Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram was ruled by the Pallavas during 7th to 8th century, and during this period only this superstructure was carved. We can see and clearly understand from the structure that why it is called as a Tiger's Cave, because towards the top on the single monolithic structure you can see the tiger's mouth and this beautiful intricate carving on it by the sculptors of Pallava kingdom during 7th to 8th century. One more amazing man-made marvel. It is a magnificent art on stone which is called as Arjuna's penance. This magnificent relief is called as Arjuna's penance because it depicts the story of Kirat Arjuna of the great epic Mahabharata. The panoramic view of the life in the forest is aptly sculptured here in two large boulders. The great event of obtaining the weapon Pashupat Mahastra by the blessings of Lord Shiva by Arjuna is portrayed here. This event is depicted as if it is witnessed by the three worlds. Well maintained under the surveillance of ASI, that is Archaeological Survey of India. There are few institutions in India which really make you proud. ASI is one of them. ASI has contributed a lot on the global platform as well. For instance, many of the dilapidated structures in Cambodia have been revived and developed by ASI in collaboration with the government of Cambodia. World's largest Hindu temple called as Angkor Wat is in Cambodia. Breathtaking sight of Krishna Mandapam. The most amazing part about this structure is that the moment you step out of it, in the month of October especially, it is extremely hot. Scorching heat of the sun can be felt the moment you step out of this Krishna Mandapam. The moment you come inside, you will feel the necessity of an air conditioning system negligible and irrelevant. Salute to the civil engineers of that time. This is the most interesting natural monument which exists in the state of Tamil Nadu, a place called as Mamallapuram, which is modern Mahabalipuram. This stone is a natural wonder in itself because it is 250 tons in its weight and it is naturally, delicately balanced by the mother nature. It is 6 meters in its height and 5 meters in its width. 1200 years back, even the king Narasimhavarman made an attempt to move it from its place, but he could not achieve much. In the year 1908, when India was ruled by the Britishers, Arthur Havelock was governor of this region. He felt that this stone and its risky proposition is a threat for this place and it might lead into any sort of disaster. So he used 7 elephants to move this stone, but he could not move it even for an inch. This stone is also called as Stone of Sky Gods. So in order to witness this natural miracle, do visit Mamallapuram. Those who have love for architecture and interior designing and who really want to experiment something new, and if they have got some good amount of disposable income, they can think of creating a swimming pool like this. Were luxury even in 7th and 8th century AD. This is an evidence of it. This is popularly known as Draupadi's bath. The legacy of Shore Temple goes back to 7th and 8th century. This Shore Temple was built by the king of Pallava dynasty, which ruled this region. The earliest mention of the Shore Temple can be found in the memoirs of Marco Polo, who was a European traveler. He has not only mentioned about this temple, which you can see right behind me, but he has mentioned 6 more temples like this and has referred to them as 7 pagodas. Now this myth of 7 pagodas have traveled long back and a long way from India to Europe. To corroborate it in recent time, when in 2004 tsunami struck this region, the Bay of Bengal, which is right behind us, it receded. Then there were few structures which were visible by the people back then. There was a study and a research undertaken jointly by Archaeological Survey of India and National Oceanographic Institution. So they found some ruins of the walls which can be related with those pagodas which were mentioned by Marco Polo underwater. So this is the legacy and heritage of the ancient India from the time of Pallavas, which is standing strong and solid even in the 21st century in 2019. The structure of this temple can be easily related with the temples which exist in the Indonesian archipelago in Bali. The reason behind this was, back then there was a good established trading route through the channel of sea from India to Indonesia. Cholas played a crucial role in establishing the trade route from the Bay of Bengal to the Indonesian archipelago. That's why you will find a great influence of the Indian culture in the countries like Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, because Rajaraja Chol, who is a very revered king in India and more revered in the state of Tamil Nadu, was a visionary naval commander and was father of Indian Navy during the historical times. Many travelers, the first one to mention about it as a part of 7 pagodas was Marco Polo from Europe. So we have come to find the trace of it. Now we see Bay of Bengal, and the most amazing part is we can see a stone right there inside the Bay of Bengal, which can be a very strong evidence of the existence of 6 more temples like this, which are probably in ruins inside the sea over a period of time. Yes, we can attribute this to the global warming and climate change. I just mentioned about the 6 more pagodas like this one. Seen a trace of something deep inside the sea. I'm not sure whether GoPro will be able to cover it up, but there is a stone which is visible from the shore of this bank.
And that is what is making this entire legend of Shore Temple immortal even today.